Nityananda. Welcome to the third session of End Pregnancy Care. Before we enter into this session, which is all about love, we request you to go through the written material content on oxytocin. That is the scientific part of how we understand love to be. Having done that, then it makes the understanding a lot better when we take up this session. Mothering the feminine consciousness. When a woman mothers the superconsciousness, which is the highest truth, she becomes that. If you mother the cosmos, you will become the mother of cosmos. She just needs to live the great truth by mothering it again and again. Mothering cosmos is what is called as unclutching. We will not be dwelling on this word right now. The understanding happens as the mother goes through the pregnancy journey with End Pregnancy Care program. Unclutching from ordinary things so that cosmos can be mothered is what is unclutching and mothering cosmos. As mentioned in our opening statement, creation is possible only in the presence of the divine feminine consciousness. Mothering Prakriti, the feminine consciousness, the ultimate force of creation, is true mothering. A feminine gender has more possibility of this, particularly in pregnancy, and hence has been endowed the task by existence herself. There are two aspects of the divine feminine consciousness. One, where she fulfills through the physical aspect as a beloved, and the other, where she fulfills through the emotional aspect as a mother, love and compassion. This energy is present in both the man and the woman. When a man expresses this feminine energy in him, as when he begins to father a child, he expresses in him a leadership consciousness, which through his body language he is able to impart or instill in others. The expression of this in a woman makes her a true mother, where she expresses unconditional love. A physical mother need not express such a love, and it is not that one needs to be a physical mother to express this emotion, which is the ultimate. I repeat, a physical mother need not express such a love, and it is not that one needs to be a physical mother to express this emotion, which is the ultimate emotion. The woman in society is intense positive life energy, and it is she who upholds the human consciousness on planet Earth and reminds everyone about this through her life. She needs to constantly remind herself about this too. Let's enter into the next power, the power of thinking. Intense contemplation, just like how they value a cow, a product, a house, you can be valued based on your ability to think intensely. Your ability to think intensely, gives value to you. Vague thinking is one of the biggest mental disorders, a psychological disorder, a conscious disease with which your consciousness is suffering. First thing, let your thinking be aligned to your inner image. First thing, let your thinking be aligned to your inner image, that is your Mamakara as mentioned earlier, to your outer image, which is the Ahankara which you project, then the life's image, that is what you think about life, and the other's image, what others expect of you. Anything which is away from these four, that means out of alignment with these four, consciously, decisively complete with that pattern. Let your energy be intensified just on these four. Manana means all your thinking is concentrated on your inner image, outer image, life's image and others' image. betterment of these. Manana means all your thinking is concentrated on the betterment of your inner image, the outer image, life's image and image about you. Please understand, inner image is the idea that you carry about you. The outer image is the idea that you project about you to the outer world. Others' image is the ideas that others carry about you. And life's image is the idea that you carry about others and life. Constantly concentrate your thinking to make all these four better and better and better. Betterment of all these four leads you to intense thinking, and intense thinking in turn leads you to the betterment of all these four. Authentic thinking. Authentic thinking means manana. At least spend 4 days in learning authentic thinking and complete with all the inauthentic patterns. This literally is designing your inner space. Our thinking, is it going hand in hand with the way we want to build ourselves? If your thinking is bettering your 4 identities, then your thinking is your friend. If your thinking is functioning in the opposite direction of your 4 identities, if they are not bettering the 4 identities, then your thinking itself is your enemy. Please understand, first you need to find out whether your thinking is acting as a God inside you or as a demon inside you. Now this is what is called as authenticity. Stretching yourself and aligning your thinking in all these 4 directions and making the best of your images, all these 4 images. So we now move on to the worksheet. First, sit and pen down the 4 identities you want to have. The best inner image, the best outer image, the best others image and the best life's image. Have that 4 and pen it down. Then align your thinking to it. If there is some thinking which goes in a completely different direction, complete with it. Declare spontaneous completion and drop it. Align your thinking towards these 4 identities, the inner image, the outer image, others image and life's image. We will be going deeper about the expression of the power of thinking through living authenticity. How can authenticity lead you to the space of possibility? Let's describe authenticity once more. Raising yourself constantly to your peak possibility to yourself, your peak possibility to others. What you are for you, what you are for others. Constantly raising yourself to its peak. Just look in, what are you for you? You will understand what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita as raising yourself by yourself. If you cognize restlessness in you, inability to be in peace with you, be clear you have nagging, constantly fighting self with you, which does not allow you to be in tune with you. Deep dissatisfaction about who you are and your expectation about who you should be is far away. There's a large gap. Why is there such a large gap between the two? Because you do not feel you are responsible to create who you want to be. The gap between who you are and who you want to be without responsibility is greed. With responsibility, it becomes a possibility. Who you are is here then. When you add responsibility towards your greed, suddenly the gap reduces. Drastically, the gap reduces. Responsibility infused into thinking removes agitation and disconnect with you. Please understand, the disconnection exists between you and your possibility. This is the reason for non-communication. You cannot speak even with you. Speaking with you and speaking with a crowd is one and the same. Decision, you will expand your possibility for you. That clear decision that you will expand your possibility for you is what is needed. A conscious decision is enough. Declaration is enough. Decision is enough. Cognitive shift is enough. That's all that is needed. Why do you need to be a part of your life itself? To fulfill what you mean, what you understand as a goal of your life, being in the peak of what you mean for you always. If you remember the best moments of your life, sometime it will be some very high pleasure moments. Sometimes it will be the highest sacrifice moments. Sometimes it will be the greatest achievement moments. And sometimes it will be the great moments when you had the right knowledge in your life, spiritual experience in your life. So the peak moments of your life, how you were for yourself, keeping that peak continuously as a lifestyle is what is authenticity. With authenticity, no job will be done in a mediocre way, as that would be integrity but would not have the spirit of authenticity. The stretch that happens with authenticity lifts your mamakara and aligns it with your ahankara. And what you are inside is what you project outside. This raising of your ahankara and mamakara and its alignment puts you in a powerful space of expressing the power of thinking. Then one gets into the space of listening, and that is deep compassion. This is when one reaches out to fulfill the anyakara or another person's expectation of you, and you experience love for you and for others.